JD, the part.
JD, wake up!
Wait, hold on. 420 and there's fire.
This is the Ghost of Dawn, JD. Do something. Also,
alright, guys, do you already introduce the part or not?
Also, yeah, that's a good question, Pedro.
Hold on, Theo. Go ahead, JD. Introduce the part.
Welcome back to Gears of Whatever 5.
Go ahead.
That's a good question since we asked this in previous games. How was the ammo count rebalanced for this?
The Lancer went back to 420.
Nice.
The problem there is that it was 520. It was 520 in Gears 4, so I have no idea what the fuck. Like this series keeps bouncing back. Probably.
Multiplayer option, which it reminds me also of the other thing that needs to be updated. But we already mentioned in both 4 and Judgment, but might as well, re-mention that back because one of the reasons the multiplayer surprisingly succeeded because it was done. Remember, instead of being done internally by the coalition, it was instead out-commissioned. Contractuated to a different company, Splash Damage, which apparently didn't learn anything because it seems that consistently all the multiplayer Gears games we worked on had terrible multiplayer, which is weird. This is being Java. It seems, based from what I've seen, reviews and everything, it seems that the game they developed on their own, Gears Tactics, recently, instead was actually relatively solid, even on the multiplayer aspect.
Well, it's a very different type of game.
And remember, they are a company that started by being specialized in making console multiplayer ports of games like Wolfenstein and Quake. So it's not like we don't know jack shit about doing this. I just don't know what went wrong here. And if I recall correctly, they might have been bought recently by another company altogether, so we might not see them anymore. Let me see, just to be sure.
In the meantime, Dwebs, I'll throw one of your favorite jokes back at you. JD, wake up, we're rolling.
Hey man, I told you. This game isn't even really about me, so I don't give a shit.
Oh, there we go.
JD, we haven't gotten to that point yet. You're not supposed to be
cares? No one cared enough for this game.
That's the sad part, Jova. He kind of has a point there because even though the game treats the protagonist shift as a surprise, the marketing completely ruined it anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Okay. Let's be honest. We all knew from the get-go that Kate was going to be the real star. They touted it like that at E3, essentially, here and there. To mixed reactions, because, heck, people thought Marcus was going to die based off of the advertising, which, well, thank goodness
it was almost as bad as Terminator Genesis's campaign.
Hey, but look at the bright side, guys. At least it wasn't as bad as it could have been. Hooray!
There you go. I found the caveat. Okay, technically speaking, it's an arcade that's been bought by a different company. Here's the thing. In 2016, Splash Damage had been acquired by Leiyu, a Chinese holding company. But
why is it always a Chinese company?
Oh, Jova, it gets better because in 2020, Leiyu was acquired by, guess what? Our good old pals at Tencent. Meaning that, mind you, they officially made a statement that Splash Damage will continue to operate as an independent entity within the Tencent family, but, I do wonder how much of control there is to it. Which I guess it brings me to another, another type of thing to mention. I do wonder if a lot of the changes done here, potentially, particularly also the gore and everything, might have been to be more in tune with some censorship laws that are applied in China towards the type of violence to appease more to that kind of market. I know it's a bit cynical to say, but it kind of would fit.
Normally, okay, Tio. That may have been seen as overtly cynical years ago, but we live in a day and age where arguably the richest company out there pretty much bows to the whims of China too for that.
That's the thing. Tencent nowadays owns so much stuff through. It's like a more I think we mentioned in the past, but it's like a more transparent type of like shadowy Disney corporation. In a sense, they all talks to a lot of companies, both Japanese and Western, all alike. And they do say they don't want to exert control over them or anything, but it still doesn't change the fact that they have an investor, a considerable percentage of investors in that, which means decisions have to be made to appease those kind of investors.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know how much this rabbit hole goes, and I'm not sure if I want to stab my head into it.
Oh boy.
Pretty much.
Also, Jack, can you put your flashlight to a better use? It's revealing only partially like this. It's not helping.
Well, actually, too, that's the thing. Jack follows me, so all I have to do is go in, and Jack will. There you go. See.
I get what he means, though. I get what he means, though. The angle at which Jack shines the light is not always, productive based off of where
all
you're
right, let's see if we can. Oh no! We're just searching components.
So it's a good thing that somebody put up these convenient component boxes.
I get the idea that it's only a stylized way for the game to say that you're recovering stuff like, say, batteries, cable boxes, fuses, and stuff like that, and they're just simplifying as component.
It's not necessarily a game breaker, but it would be nice if games always thought of a nice way to integrate power pickups.
Oh, great! The
Black Cloud is in here.
Oh, great! The Creel X-Spy manages to find ways to control the DB. So, Pedro, another thing, you actually have DB enemies in these games.
You do.
This game.
Well, technically they were enemies in the previous
No, but I remember
now they
asking,
work for the Swarm.
I remember asking in Gears 4 if the DB is returned in 5, but I remember someone saying no. I forgot who it was.
Well, the thing is too. Okay, fine. Maybe I just forgot. The thing is, I can assure you too that the presence of the DBs in this game is minimal.
That was a spicy meatball.
Yes, it was. The presence of DBs in this game is minimal too, so trust me.
I can imagine. Still, it's also nice to have that kind of enemy type, and it's better integrating instead of being just a robot. Now it's actually something that is, controlled by the enemy, and you have to.
Yes, stealth takedown.
Why not?
No. It's just because, like I said, the stealth mechanics are undercooked, like I've already explained. Like, it's one of those cases where I have to. Fortunately, this guy's not turning, so it's fine. There you go.
It is an interesting concept, though. Even the robots potentially being infected now.
Also, Baird, I would have given you more of a pass in the previous game, but considering now these particular DB models have been designed for combat specifically, since now the things have escalated, so these are new models. Baird, I kind of find a bit of a faulty design if you actually put a massive weak point that can be just easily extracted in the actual back of your robots.
Also, yes, Gears, I did play Last of Us. Thank you.
It's not so much that. I think the problem is that. Okay, this is the thing. Just earlier, I was trying to use jump over that counter so I could sneak behind the robot. But I couldn't because the game wouldn't let me.
Isn't this still the case when you need to, cover behind the counter and then jump over it?
That's what I said to you. I tried doing that and the game won't let me.
Oh, okay.
So as a result, I had to approach him from the side. As a result, he saw me. That's why I kept saying that. So these stealth mechanics feel undercooked. Wouldn't it make more sense to allow me to go behind the counter and attack him from the back? I mean,
for all again, since I haven't played it myself, for all I know, it's possible, and maybe you just were badly lucky and you got a bad angle. I don't know.
I guess, but
I mean, if the enemy placement is right there probably has to be a situation that fits that.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. Remember, let's not forget that with Quantum Break we had a cover-based shooter without a cover-based system, so I wouldn't put it past the Coalition to make a mistake on that level either, because...
That's the thing, it will be a first because even in Gears 4, for all its faults, it still managed to get the cover right even to a fault on the other extreme. You did mention that you could get cover even in places where you didn't need to. So you'd think that instead we'll go through that.
Well, yeah, but I don't know what to tell you. There you go. Now let's see. Try my best to not be seen.
Nothing to see here.
Hold on. There you go.
Again, very faulty design, Baird. You need to fix in the next patch.
Alright, let's see. Oh. There we go.
There you go. That being said, I get the idea situation would have probably been helped if the actual enemies that you're supposed to take down stealthily would move a bit more. I get the idea this might be a situation where future stealth sections will actually have enemies that move around, rather than me standing still, and this is still relatively early in the game. But it still feels odd.
Again, it just feels like, okay, let's have some stealth mechanics here and there, but we're not going to fully commit to it and fully flesh them out. It's just, especially considering how, unlike with Gears 4, this game had 3 years of a development cycle and it was building off the Gears 4 foundation, so they could have totally done that.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay, we're done. I've seen enough.
Oh, that was the last one.
This is a very boring horror movie, I have to say. It's not scary at all.
So it's the Well, okay, no. The Bye-Bye Man is entertaining, so I don't think it's that boring. I had to think of an actual boring horror, bad horror movie.
Alright, let's go.
Get ready.
Well, Wish Upon is also entertaining in a way. Oh. Maybe it's this, yeah, this Slenderman movie. The Slenderman movie is not even that much entertaining, so yeah, it's kind of boring.
You're okay? I hope so. Let's get to Kate and Dad. Then we can worry about the others.
Alright then.
Okay.
Again, Kate and Marcus are up on their own group. Like, wouldn't it make more sense after establishing JD being a bit resentful towards his dad? Would it make more sense to pair JD with Marcus during this bit so they can actually talk to each other and maybe work out some of their issues instead of, because JD and Del right now have absolutely no conflict going on between each other. As a result, the dynamic right now is not really all that engaging because there's nothing about it. It's just the standard banter between the two of them, which is already not all that interesting to begin with because Tom Bissell is not very good at this except for Baird and Iris.
Or hey, as much as I don't like that, why don't you instead put a situation where JD has to, go around with Fahz instead, and they actually have to work out with their kinks?
I'll get back to you on that too.
No, I know, Pedro, about the whole off-screen characterization, but I was talking more hypothetically in a sense of putting this kind of situation to good use instead.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's see. And there doesn't seem to be anything here, so...
Too much debris. Yes, those are so nice debris textures.
Yes. That's, remember, Unreal Engine 4.
This is a unique selling point. This is a unique selling point of the game or something.
Oh,
now,
Gears
Gears 5 presents the
Settlement
best
2
feature
Summer
of all.
Bird pamphlet.
Your children, our future. A message from First Minister Jin. Congratulations on the recent arrival of your child. The Coalition of Warden Governments is thrilled to welcome our newest citizens. Today's ceremony is a time to acknowledge our family's contribution and also to reflect on the commitment of the people of the COG in rebuilding our society. In the years after we defeated our terrible enemy, we strove to climb out of the darkness. We realized that it's not enough to rebuild our cities. We must fill them with new life. Our government devoted itself to advancing gestational and neonatal medicine and establishes... Yeah, we're going back to that thing we established in Gears 4, where the Coalition of Warden Governments is basically saying, hey, women, give birth now.
Please.
As I was saying, imagine that was a unique selling point that they put on the market. Like, come play Gears 5. We have detailed debris whenever you blow something up.
I love what it says right there. I love it right there. Enjoy these days with your baby and look to how you can continue to serve. The Ministry of Procreation will help prepare you for quickening with your next child.
You're joking, Pedro, but I can tell you for a fact, I get the idea where we're going this. Okay, it's more integrated.
By the way, guys, have you got a time?
Go to 15:30.
I get that, Theo. It's just that
well, I was trying to say, don't worry, but yeah, we'll get there. That's the thing. While it's very integrated in the story, this is identical, nearly identical, to a thing that happened in a lot of countries, including mine, during dictatorship, where we were actually encouraging fertility rates in order to boost up having more population as possible. Hold on, give me a second. Gone leaves and 3, 2, 1, go. And have and as such, promote that kind of thing, having what's the term? Income bonuses towards people with more children. Helping that kind of behavior, promoting that propaganda, all that stuff. This is a bit better because, again, it's after a crude war and the population of the planet Sarah needs to, rebuild itself in some kind of fashion. So I get the idea of promotion. Japan is also having currently a sort of a propaganda to boost up its, natality rates. Both definitely less aggressive. But I wonder if it was put there in these new games, again, also just for the sake of content. Because, for example, it doesn't seem to be something completely enforced upon people, because Kate showcased the fact that she wanted to make a choice about not wanting to participate in, and the game doesn't chastise too much her on that front.
No. Oh no, the college is not ordering anybody to do it. They're just trying to encourage the thing. I don't even necessarily have an issue, Theo. It's more so the fact that I find it funny that there's literally a ministry of procreation.
I mean, again, considering circumstances, I'm not too surprised that it takes such a priority.
Sure. It's just funny, like the very idea that, Oh, look at that.
What kind of C-rated band was exhibiting themselves here?
Okay, I'm back. What have I missed?
Nothing really. We're just fighting off
really?
DBs.
Propaganda about the fertility program, Jova.
Yeah, that too.
Oh, yeah.
That's the thing too, like this is just a background thing because Gears 5...
Let me guess. This is a baby shower that got interrupted by the invasion.
No, Jova, it's a whole about from an hotel with a,
Based on what we're seeing here, Jova, apparently it was just a party and someone was singing in it, and yeah, shit.
Remember, this entire level is being basically an hotel where our characters have to go through.
There you go. Let's go.
Whoa.
But yeah, I've noticed that this side of the game seems to be taking a lot of cues from Resident Evil and The Last of Us.
Oh, there you go.
Whoa. Congratulations, it's a girl.
Yeah, ugh. Someone needs a shower.
Alright, so we're actually about to get... if I remember correctly, this is the episode... This is the part where we actually finish Act 1. So, should be fun.
But yeah, like I said, this is something of a step up from Gears 4 in that they are willing to push the envelope a bit more with the grotesque nature. That's not to say that we didn't have body horror in Gears 4, but yeah, this does feel like something that's more akin to Gears 4.
So here's the question, how do you fight these things? Do you just shoot it until it disappears?
Basically, just try your best to shoot them individually. It works a lot better if you have an explosive weapon that you can just, throw a grenade and they'll explode and kill off all of them. If you don't have one, just keep shooting. Eventually, it will disappear, basically.
It's like
so this
it's like
is
the
kind
cyber
of the
demon, shoot it until it dies.
Yeah, this is kind of,
There you go.
Admittedly, this is a thing even Resident Evil does, but yeah. So they introduced this enemy as apparently invulnerable to gunfire and whatnot. No, turns out you can actually just shoot it dead. So it's like...
For all its faults, X-Men Dark Phoenix did showcase an actual disparity when it came to fighting the Vari on the train. You just needed high caliber bullets.
But
Yeah, I guess.
well, okay. It's a thing a lot of people like to joke about in Resident Evil. For as much as the villains boast about how, oh, this new super serum will totally make them invincible or anything, they pretty much go down when you pump a few good rounds of old-fashioned lead into them with a gun or something.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, in regards to this, though, like I said, I like the introduction of that enemy, but then when it turns out, oh, we can just bring them down with bullets, it's like, well, what was the point of suggesting that we couldn't take them down with bullets then?
Alright, here we go. We're almost at a point where that
Well,
plot...
we got reunited with the Carmines.
Yep. Alright, we're almost at a point where we're gonna get that plot revelation that Theo read.
Sorry.
That's okay too. As you can see, we're a little about to get it anyway, so...
True, but still, you know, I probably shouldn't have.
That's okay. Shit happens.
Drop down your weapons. You have 20 seconds to comply.
Basically, yeah.
Thank you, Shepard.
They're dying by the hundreds! Oh, the humanity!
The dogma of it all.
I will say, however, I actually really like the look of this place. The way this area looks and the overall use of the lighting right now is very reminiscent of the original trilogy right now, actually.
It's like I said, Gears 5 does feel like okay. While Gears 5 makes a lot of things that make it a much worse game than Gears 4, I will say, it does feel like they were trying to address critiques from Gears 4 in this. Again, despite the fact that they included problems that make it even worse, but...
Yeah,
credit is due, I guess.
one of the primary things was, of course, to have a more character-driven plot compared to Gears 4. I just wish they would have, actually committed to their original plan of making JD the protagonist and actually focused on him, but I don't know.
Let me put it like this. JD kind of got the Finn treatment, but arguably worse. Because, at least with Finn, we always got the inkling that him and Ray were going to, share the spotlight, and then slowly he got degraded into just...
Jova, you mean Kate. You called her Ray.
No. Pedro. I was talking about Finn and Ray from the new Star Wars trilogy.
Oh, right.
Comparing them to JD.
Okay, okay, never mind then. I must have misunderstood somewhere.
Meanwhile, in comparison's sake, poor JD, he pretty much gets the spotlight ripped away from him, literally in the start of this game, and for what? Just so that he can be, well, you'll see how he turns out to be.
Well, we haven't seen yet, and I have to say, at least it got at least until an entire act. I thought it was gonna last even less.
Again, Gio, you're kind of going like how I was. It's like, congrats, it's not as bad as it could have been.
Oh, look,
here's your award.
And by the way, for some reason, they have a little musical thing that seems like a reference to Hamilton of all things. Because they show a guy with a fist. Because they show a guy with a fist on the air, kind of like the poster for Hamilton.
So, also, yeah, a bit of backstory. Jay Stratton used to be an actor before becoming a gear.
That's nice, I guess.
Very different careers.
Alright, so let's continue searching.
Yay, hot chairs.
I mean, you know what's sad, Pedro? I think Jay Stratton in that one phrase may have gotten better character development than a certain character in this game. You know the one.
Sure.
We're supposed to be quiet, damn it.
Yes.
Cogs are not exactly the epitome of stealthness, even though you are in
kicking
situations
chairs,
where you can
rather.
do that.
Hey, you okay?
I'm sure it's nothing.
Just a headache.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah, it was just a headache
Bullshit.
that Henry suffered in the book
Yeah,
of
I was going to
Henry.
say he thought it was just a headache, too.
Nothing. If people
And then it turns out Kate is dying of an internal brain tumor.
Let's get that curtain open.
Maybe. Oh, I get the punchline. They're all dead, and they're on the stage behind that curtain. Oh, actually, no. No. We are on the. We are actually on the curtain. We had to see on the. The chairs. The seats. There you go.
And now, brought to you before a live audience, it's Gears of War, the musical.
Oh god.
Oh, nice.
Yes,
That actually might be quite funny.
yes, with original songs written by Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Coochie Coochie.
There you go. Here's our kind of mini boss, sorta.
Yeah, called it.
Oh, but look at that. They're all in their seats.
Well,
No!
shit.
Hey, stage music. It really is a show.
Yep.
And look at this. Now the scene's all set. Why did it suddenly turn on?
Because the developers wanted the cover in this setting to move. I don't know.
I will give them credit. It is actually a good excuse to have some epic sounding music on stage, but still, though, dang.
That being said, though, it is very easy to kill, as you just saw.
Okay. I will admit, I do like the tongue-in-cheek nature that the Gears are fighting while unfitting music is happening because they're on a stage set.
I swear I heard this somewhere else. Are we sure it is not like a jazzy like remix of a track from the original trilogy?
Possibly.
I haven't noticed if that's the case.
Oh god, what if the show actually was Gears of War?
Well,
the
it wouldn't
musical?
surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me again, considering how the war was, a success. They probably will have the effect kind of like in Hercules, where they have actual, theater play on these gestures.
Yeah, it actually would have been nice if they just gone the whole way and said that was.
Although I
the
don't
case.
understand the implication of this rotating thing with a door and bushes.
I get the feeling that maybe it's a way to set each different stage setting or whatnot when they close the curtain and then open it back up.
It's the retelling of Locust Wars as improv theater. Everyone regarding Marcus Phoenix with a black turtleneck.
Okay, yeah, I'll admit, this game is not without its good points here and there.
Yeah, sure.
Now let's exit stage right.
Well, depends on your point of view. I guess from the way the shit.
I'm sorry, I think I meant your other right.
Anyway,
Nah,
as I was
safe to go
saying, from the direction our character went through, yes, it's very right.
Oh, but don't you see, too? That was one of the fans trying to get his backstage pass and our autographs.
Yeah.
Groupies.
Yeah.
Hey guys, Lizzie will live. Hopefully.
Yay.
Hopefully.
No, not yet. But we'll keep looking.
So far, so good.
Alright, so let's upgrade Jack. Repair boost. It regenerates the health faster. However...
Also,
yes.
I understand what the upgrade that you found previously was, but I was confused why JD was walking into fire. It's actually an upgrade of Jack that allows you to have a barrier that allows you to pass through some particular terrains like fire.
Oh yeah, didn't I answer that? Okay, yeah, it is exactly what you said, yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Alright.
Oh,
Restrooms. Let's check out the restrooms.
All those people waiting to
Notice that poster. Notice that poster. Did you see it? It just that poster just screams Hamilton to me.
Again, it might be a cheeky reference to that. Again, it's the Sarah's equivalent of that.
Yeah, right there. Yeah.
Embry.
Perhaps that was the show that was playing.
Alright, get ready, everybody.
It's a massacre.
Does JD quit and join the opera?
No.
Control, it's Delta. You're breaking up. We're at the theater. Say again?
gotta get out of there, kid. They're letting the settlement go.
Wait, can't we use the Hammer of Dawn?
Not when I can't target the damn.
We still don't have the proper satellites, enough satellites to do it. Didn't you hear what Baird said?
I was hoping the one available would have potentially be.
Lizzie, thank God. Affirmative.
Also, did JD got a bit fast between games?
I don't know.
He has a bit of a... He actually had a slightly choppier face than in the previous game.
It may be a more Dubro-esque look.
I don't know.
Whoa, it's us.
Yeah, easy there, Cole.
Brought company.
I blame it on you, Fahz.
Oh, yeah. I think if I remember correctly, it's right now.
I'm bringing the party to you.
First to the Swarmak.
Oh my god, it's that horrible looking monster from League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Oh shit.
Yeah, we're if I remember correctly, this is the bit where we're gonna get that right after defeating the Swarmak.
So, since you don't have actually conveniently placed the electric central batteries, how do you defeat it?
Remember, the same way we did in Gears 4 2, we have to shoot the fuck me orange spots on his body.
Oh, true, but the first encounter was more of a, you have to actually use the electricity things to lure it there or something.
Oh, there you go!
God.
Yes, Cole, go ahead!
Cole,
Yes!
That is awesome.
Yes. Okay, that was awesome. But yeah, like Goobs mentioned, did Cole just teleport off? Like Cole came in, but then he's out there with a motorcycle.
Thank you, Cole. Thank you.
In general, even from his appearance before, Cole seems to be much better than
Pedro, did you
stuff
put
like
in a
that.
cheat code or something?
No, I didn't. This is how the game is, Dwibs. Come on.
Thank you for that close-up.
Don't you see, Theo?
Nathan Drake.
Here you go. Listen here. This is
Nathan Drake's died.
We're about to get the bit that Theo read.
So, Del, see any friendly faces you recognise?
Oh my god.
Time and place, asshole.
Fuck off.
Show me what I deserve. Stop! Enough of this shit! You're a goddamn coward! Coward! Wow. Well, have I got news for Fahz?
Don't.
Guess who ordered the first shot, Del?
Oh,
Directly into
God.
those peaceful protesters of yours.
And of course, it's Fahz that brings us up.
And why did
Okay.
he? And why did he only bring it up right now?
Wait, so is this why he and Marcus have had a falling out? I wonder. Now that I think about it.
No, maybe also that's the thing, Joe. Like, you can definitely.
Oh, he's gonna try to
information.
explain. Hold on, he's gonna explain.
I mean, they were throwing incendiary. The whole thing was confusing.
Timing.
Have it happen.
Judge him. Judge him without giving him proper time or place to explain stuff. Like, look, guys, yes, what he may have done was wrong, but maybe give him a chance to explain what we're not.
Yeah, watch it. What
It
JD said. Let's discuss this later.
That's that too. But even so, Jova, again, and you get the idea. This is a rant code introducing this game. This is clearing on information that we do in Gears 4. But here's the thing. Like, regardless of how justified it might be, which I can potentially believe, it still was a dick move of JD withholding this kind of information, because this is your typical lie reveals moment. Where the moment this information gets revealed, everybody hates the main character. Only that in this case, I kinda am siding with Del on this one. He and JD knew each other for so long, you think at some point he will have the courtesy of telling him or something.
Dude, do not get me wrong. I'm not giving JD a pass for this. The problem is, like, as you mentioned, it's lie revealed, which means it comes with the problems from both sides. That being, the people who do find out about the lie don't give the character a chance to explain
But above
whose house or what's it's
But
about.
above all else,
Hold on, guys. Basically, guys, just use me as a beacon for the Hammer of Dawn. Are you realizing?
Hey, it's just like Iron Man in Rise of Technovore. That would work so
JD, look, JD, okay. JD, calm your hero complex down. Come on, let's do you realize how dangerous that's going to be, not just to you, but to Lizzie?
But Pedro, you tell me who else is gonna target.
Okay. I think I get this scene, like, okay, and mind you, this is just my interpretation. maybe it's JD suddenly feeling guilt-tripped from the whole him firing on innocent people, then that's why he's got this sudden hero complex. That is my best bet for why he does this out of nowhere here and there.
There you go. Energy charging, and here we go.
Oh,
Don't worry,
it's the
JD, I'm
dubstep
sure-
laser.
It works.
Uh-oh.
Fucking batteries.
That is broken.
God.
Okay, who's binge watching Netflix again? I need my internet connection now.
Alright, we're almost done.
Are we seriously still using dial-up? Who's talking on the phone?
Hold on.
Shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
You might want to discard the armor.
Hold on. Because of the lack of satellites, it's hard to control it, so now it's acting on its own.
Oh.
So do we have a Crash Bandicoot style sequence where you have to run away?
Yeah, Baird warned you that this was a bad idea, JD. Try listening to people sometimes.
To JD's credit, though, what else could they have done? I
Yeah, but
suppose.
they were in
Okay.
a last minute. They were in a last minute desperate situation. What else?
I don't know.
This is a Lizzie, you maybe want to get out of there?
She's gonna try.
Oh, guys,
fuck,
it's
I'm
a
stuck.
Carmine in a dangerous situation.
leave him. It's not worth it.
No, come on. Let's try and save Lizzie. And
Yeah.
Mind.
Wait, maybe we might be able to get her. Nope.
Well, what did you think was going to happen?
and that, ladies and gentlemen,
Okay.
was the end of Act 1. 4
Alright.
4 months later.
Okay,
Well,
okay. Here's my.
Hold on, Jova. Somebody has something to say. Yes?
All right. Well, had some notes from management, and since you all can't get along, I'm taking over this shit.
Yes.
What?
You don't have a choice in it. This is mine now.
Yes.
Wait, what?
Actually,
You
actually,
can't
wait.
behave. You
I
need
don't-
somebody to
don't-
look after you.
Like, actually, you know what? I know full well this is not my game anymore, so screw it.
Also,
Well,
seriously, Del, a
Well,
beanie?
JD.
Accepting
Really?
your fate, I see.
Yes.
Well, okay, here's the thing, JD. The script says that we hate you now, and something about how, even though you did
Yeah,
what
yeah, like,
probably
you're gonna like
did,
Kate
would have
that
saved
much
more
better.
lives. Oh, but don't you see? Kate's our new best friend now.
Yes, from this point on,
Okay.
from this point on,
With JD, now Kate is my best friend.
yes, forgot the entirety of Act 2. Del, we're going to be playing as Del and Kate.
Okay, here's my problem with scenes like this. It's a similar problem I have with the opening act of Star Wars Last Jedi. We chastised the guy who came up with a relatively good idea considering how it was a desperate situation, but because something that we couldn't have seen coming went wrong, of course you will get the blame from it. I mean, yeah, sure, technically it didn't work, but what else was JD supposed to do in that regards here and there? Like, just let the Swarmax slaughter everyone?
Well, maybe an evacuation, retire? Sorry, retreat, retreat, sorry.
That's what we were trying to do.
That's
They
the
needed
thing,
still
Pedro,
to rescue
they
some
were-
civilians.
But they were surrounded.
Yeah,
I guess.
yeah. They were pinned, pretty much. There was no way they
Sure,
could
sure,
conventionally
fine then.
escape. Well, Pedro, again, that's a problem I have with the
Okay.
game here. It feels like a locked-in situation where it's contrived to make it so that one way or another, JD has to
Fine.
fail.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my primary thing. Like, even if it's legit, like you said, I still don't really like how the plot goes out of its way to divide our main cast like this.
Oh,
Okay,
I agree.
since you-
I hate it, too.
Since you actually did manage it, regardless of the morality of JD that we know at that moment, my thought process is: would a character like Marcus Dom or anyone else have done something like that in the original trilogy? Had that being a situation like this? And my answer for that is yes, actually.
Yeah.
That is true. Sure, too. But it never divided them.
No, Pedro. I think what Tio's pointing out is the fact that JD's getting treated unfairly in that regards. Like,
Oh,
this
sure.
actually this actually ties in with your point about how
Yeah.
it's a bollocks reason to divide.
Oh, sure. If that's the point, then yeah, I agree with it.
No, I thought you were not agreeing on the reason for him to actually charge in and being a big
No, Job already corrected me on that.
Sure.
No. My issue there is that, again, it's just an excuse to, like Jova said, for them to unfairly blame JD, so that now we can have the party get divided. So like they have this period where they're mad at each other and shit like that, and it's just like.
Okay. Allow me a comparison. In the original trilogy, like Tio mentioned, Marcus totally would have done something like this. And since it was the original trilogy, that sort of plan would have worked. So JD is essentially doing what his dad would have done and probably would have been praised as a hero for. The thing is that there's just that one little plot contrivance. Oh, the connection got lost, and that causes the Hammer of Dawn to go haywire and crazy. Now, maybe we've seen this happen before in, like, the comics or something, but we have no reason to believe that, the connection will suddenly get lost.
Well, okay, like Pedro mentioned, we have been foreshadowed on that by Baird, keeping saying this is a bad idea, we're still not stable, we might not be able to do that.
True, yeah, but here's the thing, though. If you want to have the connection be lost, maybe explain why the connection gets lost. That's the thing. The connection just gets lost out there as far as the audience knows for that scene. So, again, it feels like such a plot contrivance. And again, it's also that everyone can end up having to hate JD. I mean, conveniently, this is right after it's revealed that he was the one who ordered that strike on those innocents. So, yeah, pretty much, let's crap on JD's day, essentially. And while we're at it, take the main hero's role away from him. Because, I mean, who wants to see a story about JD wanting to redeem himself for everything? No. Now it's Kate's story. It's so weird.
That's the basic that's one of my main problems with this particular switch too. They bothered to establish this thing where now JD supposedly has a redemption arc, but immediately after they established this too, JD's character in general gets put on the background so we can focus on Kate. And JD never recovers his protagonist spot, meaning all of the redemption aspect is going to be handled mostly off screen.
Like, when you get down to
this is not how you handle things.
I mean, you mean directly off screen, or in a sense that it's not playable, but it happens while it's in your team?
Let me put it this way too. Like we just saw there was a 4-month skip between acts. During all these 4 months, they've been away from each other, not talking to JD, And later on, we're going to meet him again. And he's probably going to join us again in Act 3. And in Act 3, he's going to spend most of the time with them, arguing about it. And eventually, just like, okay, I guess I'll forgive you now. Like, and that's it, really.
At least I guess it's not technically off screen then.
Okay, let me put it...
My problem is that instead of actually watching them go through this and check what happens in between these 4 months, we just only see the conclusion of it, really. Like, it's
okay, I guess I'll be able to see it anyway for myself.
All right.
You understand with context. What you just need to know now is, like, well, even when we do eventually get to solving that won't even be the main focus of the game even more. Even though that's kind of what you would think the main focus would have been, given all that setup and everything. No. The main focus is something completely different.
My main issue there is the lack of focus. Like, okay, so you start out with JD as your protagonist, then suddenly you switch to Kate, and now Kate is the protagonist now because apparently she's an interesting enough character for that position. It's just like I just don't understand. This would be like if essentially you had the entirety of Apollo Justice put in it, like, well, let's say we squared that down to like the first act of an Ace Attorney game. Then all of a sudden, suddenly the plot revolts to like Dual Destinies and focuses mainly on Athena, whereas the Phoenix's whole thing about getting this far doesn't get solved until like...
Actually, I have a better comparison, Drova, but I don't know how much it can be entailed to that.
Go on.
Metal Gear Solid 2.
That's what I was going to say.
Oh, well... Yeah.
And remember, he did attracted criticism for this very reason back then.
In its
Yes,
original release.
it
Here's the thing, too. Like we've already talked about, Metal Gear Solid 2 was all about deception and in digital information being unreliable. This game doesn't really go for that kind of thing. It's just this entire. Here's how they could have done it too. If they really want to have Kate be the protagonist, fine. But just start off her and have the entire plot focus on her whole story involving her heritage. Like
My biggest problem with this is that it's essentially a case where, for JD's sake, it's characters being made miserable because we gotta have them miserable. Also,
It's
while
weird.
taking away his main character status as well.
But anyway, let's not drag too much.
Yeah.
For the next part.
Tune in next time for part 5 of the Kate Diaz show, guest starring JD.
Yeah,
Oh,
see you next time for Kate's of War.
Yes.
See ya.
See ya.
See ya.
Yeah.